My name is Kerry Griffiths, my company is Willowbrook Lifestyle Financial Planning, and I'm a financial advisor who works exclusively with women divorcing wealthy and powerful men. I'm on a mission to remove financial disadvantage and vulnerability for these women, but my business stands for much more than this, and I want to tell you today a little bit more about the initiatives that we have in place to do good in this world. So my why. I want to leave this world a better place than when I came into it, to show my son that every effort has an impact and that the sum total of those efforts really adds up and we can make a difference. So my starting point was to take the 1% pledge, which I took earlier this year and I shared on social media, so hopefully you have seen that. So at least 1% of all my profits are going to good causes. But there have been some exciting developments since then, and I want to tell you all about those so that you can understand how we're working and what we stand for. So my business runs along the UN Sustainable Development Goals. If you haven't heard about those before, the UN Sustainable Development Goals are a blueprint that the UN put in place, and they're there to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace and justice. So I'm really passionate about my business being a force for good, and the very nature of what I do is in line with gender equality and quality education, and they are the two UN Sustainable Development Goals that I closely align my business to. But in addition to that, I'm really delighted to say that I've partnered up with B1G1, and they are going to be revolutionary in how we take things forward at Willowbrook. So B1G1 started as a really simple idea. What if every business could make a difference in their own way just by doing what they normally do? With more than a decade of work, the simple idea has now become a global movement. So B1G1 are a platform that allowed businesses to give work to worthy causes aligned to their UN sustainable goals, and to kind of give to charity in a way that you are passionate about. So they also use the UN Sustainable Development Goals. The way that it works is that my business covers the running costs, the platform costs, and then every donation that I subsequently make goes directly towards these good charities. So I get to choose the charities that we support. There's a whole range of different projects, and I get to choose how and when we support them. So the way that it works is that I have now got a set of kind of ideas, or what would you call them? So a set of standards that we have chosen to recognise, and every time one of these milestones is hit, we make a donation to charity. So let me give you some examples. So clients' birthdays. So rather than send my clients wine and chocolates and kind of gifts that are quite materialistic, what I will be doing going forward is sending my clients a gift which is a trauma support kit to women in South Africa. So every time this year my client has a birthday, a trauma support kit to women in South Africa will be sent, and it will address the physical and emotional needs of abused women and children by providing them with a trauma support kit. These women and children often leave their homes in a hurry and require immediate help. This support kit fulfills their basic needs of these women and children by providing toiletries, underwear, shampoo and a face cloth. Children will also receive an additional toy or school stationery. So I just hope that really sings to your heart. It's so much more meaningful than a birthday card or a bottle of wine. Clients who sign up to my Calm program. So for every client who signs up to my signature Calm program, we will provide clothes for a year for a girl who has been rescued from sex trafficking. And the dignity of a girl rescued from that environment, the very least that we can do. Most of my clients come to me from referrals from other divorce professionals or from clients themselves. So every time a client is referred to me, I will be making a donation that will give a week of healthcare and medical support to women in Nepal who have overcome various forms of violence. Sexual abuse and violence leave scars, visible and invisible ones, and it's essential these victims receive immediate and quality healthcare. When I have guests on my YouTube or my podcast, my new podcast coming by the way guys, but when I have guests on my YouTube or my podcast, we're going to reach out to 100 women via social media to fight domestic violence in Cambodia. So every guest, as a thank you for them appearing on my podcast, that will be a donation that I make on their behalf. 1 in 3 Cambodian men admits to having used violence against a partner in the past, indicating the scale of domestic violence. Through structured campaigns, This Life exploits Cambodia's love of social media to reach large numbers of women at risk of domestic violence. Using social media, we put the power of the law on domestic violence and of information about support groups directly in the hands of women at risk. So I'm really excited about this. What we will see going forward is a range of donations being made for all different reasons. There's loads more than the ones that I've told you about, all alongside projects that really align to the UN Sustainable Development Goals that I'm passionate about, all about making this world a better place, about my business being a force for good, about making sure that we leave this world a better place than how we came into it. So I hope that that's inspired you. I hope it's told you a little bit more about what Willowbrook stands for. And yeah, listen along. I'll tell you how we're getting on with these projects, and I will be sharing monthly updates about how much we've donated and the good that we're doing in the world. Thanks, guys.